Getting started in about 5 minutes. Toss any links to stories into the Discord. Discord. https discord gg beignet tridx 8.
Oh, hi. Hello. How you doing? My name is Waldo, and I am here to feel the politics with you. That's what I do. I show up on Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and Saturday mornings to feel the politics with you. If you have any politics that you'd like to discuss, feel free to hop into chat. If you've got
Oh, hi.
Oh, Shinsendo's here. Oh, hi. If you've got links, toss them into the Discord. The Discord is right there on the screen, but I can put it in the Kick chat as well.
Discord. HTTPS Discord GG Beignet Tritix 8. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion of your channel viewers followers. Views, chat bots, etc. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best.
Well, if the quality is guaranteed to be the best, I mean, how can I pass up an offer like that? How could I even? I would be a fool to pass that up, wouldn't I?
OMG won by Gald.
Yeah, I would like some gold, please. Uh, yeah, we're just gonna click on that button and we're going to ban that one. There we go. How you know you're a super cool, important streamer is you get to ban the gold farmers. It's great. Okay, so how do I unclick on his name? Ah, Jesus. No, don't click on his thing. I don't know how to unclick on him. Well, I'm just gonna have to look at that for the rest of eternity. Go away. Gee, go away. All right. All right. All right. I got it. I'm not very good at this, but uh, yeah. So if you have hot political takes, just like that guy who wanted to, that was his hot political take, is that more streamers ought to buy stuff from him. That's a that's a take. I don't like it and I don't appreciate it, but it's one he has. Uh, I can disagree with it in the marketplace of ideas. That's fun. Hop into the Discord, tell us what stories to cover, and I'll look at them. We'll field them together. If you have a hot take, feel free to toss it into the chat, and the lovely Lady Canooch will read it to us. She is our Lord and Savior, the Lady Canooch.
Canooch.
There she is. Okay, yeah. No Thomas tonight. He is still recovering from the Beekeeper movie. It has made him feel things that he didn't realize he could feel anymore. He didn't think he could feel as good as he did after seeing that movie. So uh, we will move on without him and allow him a nice long convalescent period, so he can get back, he can get his brain back, he can get back to what he does best, which is arguing with me. Uh, let's look at the news, the politics. Let's take a look at what we've got. We are going to start with some drama. Oh yeah, baby. Drama time. Drama llamas. Where are my drama llamas? There they are. Drama llamas. Let's do some drama. Let's start with, oh, let me get the screen done right. Turn off the game capture. Turn off game capture. Turn on the window capture. You have to have it up in the background. Then click on this. Then click on that. Then scroll down right there. Who is that, you might ask? Well, that's Ken Buck. He is a old Republican. He is an old-fashioned uh, conservative Republican type guy. Thomas will probably appreciate this guy, and I totally dig why. I get it. He is actually a conservative Republican. He's not one of the lunatics like Maytag or Boebert or anything like that. So he is, what's he doing? He is just giving up. He has had enough nonsense. He's had enough of these kids and their bullshit, and he's just going to go home. He doesn't need any of this shit anymore. So let's watch.
This place just keeps going downhill, and I don't need to spend my time here. We've taken impeachment and we've made it a social media issue.
Impeachment is a social media issue coming from this guy. Uh,
As opposed to a constitutional concept. Mike Johnson.
as opposed to a constitutional concept. I think he's right. I agree with this Republican. The people like Mike Johnson and Maytag and Boebert and Matt Gaetz have perverted, distorted, and changed what politics is supposed to be, where we come together and plan how society works and how the rules and laws ought to work. And they've turned it into a circus where they just get as many views, as many followers, and as many likes and subscribes and check marks and thumbs ups as they can because they want to be live streamers. I've said this many, many, many times.
Johnson's ability to talk me into staying here is going to be about as successful as his ability into talking me into unconstitutional
Such a brave guy, only
This place
speaking
just
out when
keeps
he's on
going
the way
downhill,
out.
and I don't need to spend my time here. We've taken impeachment and we've made it a social media issue as opposed to a constitutional concept. Mike Johnson's ability to talk me into staying here is going to be about as successful as his ability into talking me into unconstitutional impeachments.
Unconstitutional impeachments. There we go, baby. Um, I'm actually going to disagree with you there, Shinsinto. Is he a brave guy, only speaking out when he's on the way out? I don't get that impression. He's on his way out, not because his term ended. He is quitting early. He's saying, this is awful. I hate this. This doesn't work. I'm leaving. This isn't, he didn't just lose an election 5 minutes ago, and he's pissing on pissing on everybody on the way out. No, no, no. He won. He's in his position for the next like year or so, maybe 2 years. I don't remember which one his is, but he's quitting
How did he
early.
convince all of Congress to follow suit?
Hey, good question, Popog. There might be more. What do we got? We got maybe more. Ken Buck teases more Republican resignations are coming. He's saying that there are more people in Congress following him. Uh, Colorado House Republican Ken Buck has hinted that the GOP could suffer more resignations after announcing he will step down at the end of the week, further shrinking his party's already wafer-thin majority in the chamber. I think they're down to one. Once he leaves, they're down to one vote ahead. When asked by Axios whether he thinks he was coming under pressure from colleagues over his decision to resign, I think it's the next three people that leave that you're gonna be worried about. There's three more that he has spoken to that he thinks they're coming. All right, Buck's move will reduce the number of House Republicans to 218 against 213 Democrats at the time when Speaker Mike Johnson's already struggling to impose his authority over the chamber. Once widely seen as a conservative hardliner, Buck has more recently attracted attention for opposing his colleagues' efforts to impeach President Joe Biden and
Did
Homeland
they ever
Security.
swear in Santos' replacement?
I think have they been sworn in? I'm not entirely sure, but I mean we know who it is and we know that they won, and they probably won't be able to get sworn in yet. I don't know. I suppose it's on its way. In a statement on X, formerly Twitter, because that's the name of it now, on Tuesday, Buck said it has been an honor to serve with the people of Colorado's 4th. Thank them for the support, blah, blah.
Can we swear at Santos as a replacement?
It's a good idea. I swear at Santos all the time. Today I'm announcing that I will depart Congress in the end of next week. I look forward to staying involved with our political process, as well as spending time in Colorado, blah, blah. Who is the other people? I think this one talks about it. 5 other House Republicans could resign after Ken Buck. Does he tell us who? Yeah, we got that already. It's the next 3 people. Buck did not elaborate on who might be next to depart Congress. Okay. But there are a few Republicans who have publicly voiced negative opinions about Trump and could potentially be our next out the door. No, it doesn't say who. Shoot. Kentucky-backed Thomas Massie backed former presidential candidate Ron DeSantis in his failed bid to become Republican nominee. So they're thinking maybe Massie because he likes DeSantis so much. He accused Trump of bullying tactics. Chip Roy of Texas has
My
complained
money is
about
on
it as well.
Benjamin Budlicker.
You think Benjamin Butler is the next one out? I don't know, man. He would, ironically, he wouldn't lick Trump's butt. Is that what you're telling me? That would be very ironic. There appears to be no love lost between the two. So Chip Roy is a possible. Thomas Massey is another possible. Larry Bashan, who that is, I don't know who that is. And David Valadao, one of the few Republicans who voted to impeach Trump in 2021. Oh, said he's not endorsing the former president in his re-election bid. Oh, okay, well, a California Republican who didn't support Trump and is not endorsing him for re-election. Okay. Then we got Greg Pence. Mike Gallagher both announced they will retire from Congress at the end of their terms. That's not quite the same as leaving beforehand. Like Buck, Pence and Gallagher may opt to resign sooner, leaving the House Republicans uh, short on votes. Okay, so that's drama. Very fun, very exciting.
The Buttlickers are a proud family who built America.
Are they? Well, what are they famous for? Ironically, standing up for themselves and being tough on crime. I don't know. uh, I don't know what they're famous for. They they were they built the Statue of Liberty or something like that. Maybe.
Inventing Tic Tacs.
Inventing Tic Tacs. They needed the breath mints. I got you. Okay. Ironic. Or the lack of ironic, I suppose. What's the opposite of ironic? Correct? Normal? Obvious? So, um, yeah, if those guys are leaving, they'll either get replaced by regular Republicans, which seems unlikely, hard right-wing MAGA types, possible, entirely possible, or a milquetoast boring Dem uh, who will write strongly worded letters whenever the Republicans break the law. And if we're lucky, it'll be a leftist, but that seems unlikely in Colorado. Not terribly likely at all. But the vote margins get smaller and smaller and smaller. It gets harder for the Republicans to do anything. They only have like a 5 vote, like that story said, they only have like a 5 vote lead, and even then, 5 of them votes are like Maytag and Gates, and Santos is out, so they have a very small lead. Sorry, and with that lead, I expect government gridlock. That's fine. It's not great. I don't. That's not fine. I mean, it's just expected. Okay. So I was just cruising the news today. I was looking around at things, not quite looking for anything in particular, but then this headline popped out from today. Conservatives are warning about non-citizens voting. It's a myth with a long history. This happens in I'm going to shock you, in the YouTube comment section. I put out a video or I put out a short, and then just a lot of the comments are like, hey, why would you want illegals here voting? Why the Dems
I
only,
love gridlock.
yeah, the Dems only want uh, the people to come from south of the border so that they can vote. It's not true. Never been true. Let's read about it. Uh, For those looking to raise doubts about American elections, it's becoming clear that the key to 2024 voting boogeyman will be immigration. The false notion that undocumented immigrants are affecting federal elections has been floating around for over 100 years. Experts say, but this year, due in part to an increase in migrants at the southern U.S. border, the idea could have new potency. So they're going to lie. I don't love that the press just writes things in such a neutral tone, but that's fine. The narratives are being pushed by prominent right-wing figures, including Cleda Mitchell, a former advisor for Donald Trump, along with the presumptive Republican presidential nominee himself. NPR acquired a two-page memo from Mitchell that has been circulating, laying out the threat of non-citizen voting in 24. Spoilers, guys, there isn't a threat of non-citizens voting in 2024. Doesn't exist. But they need you to think it does, so that you will be afraid. You will be scared. Are you frightened yet? Are you scared yet? If not, I'll keep reading so that you can become properly afraid. I absolutely believe this is intentional and one of the reasons the Biden administration is allowing all these illegals to flood the country. She said on a conservative radio show in Illinois last month, they're taking them into counties across the country so that they can get these people registered. They can vote them. They can vote them. Well, she said that, not me. Her words, not mine. Trump's made the same claims on the campaign trail. This is what he said. Democrats are importing voters, Musk wrote in a post about undocumented immigrants on March 5th. Claims seen more than
Some
23.
left-wing cities either have or are pushing for non-citizen voting on local elections.
Yeah, and that would be okay with me. They live there. You should kind of vote for how you get to do stuff, but they should make them citizens first.
Check out
Honestly,
Waldo's videos https www.youtubecom at Waldo Videos.
it should be cheaper to become a citizen. That's what I'm going to say. It's illegal for non-citizens to vote in federal elections. It's just illegal. And numerous studies over the years have found that it almost never happens. Never happens. Republicans are only afraid of things that aren't real.
There is some risk of non-citizens voting in elections. They're not allowed to if joint ballots are used.
There is some risk of non-citizens voting in elections. They're not allowed to if joint ballots are used. Is that a thing? This is, I'm looking at this and it's saying it almost never happens. Um, and the point I'm trying to get to is that Republicans are terrified of things that aren't real. They're very worried about these illegals voting. It's not real. They're very worried about migrant caravans coming to take their jobs, and that's not real. The migrants are real and they're there and they would like to come here, but they're not as nightmarish as the Republicans would have you believe. They're not all carrying hundreds of pounds of fentanyl. They're not all sneaking in to rob you and steal your house. They're not going to, Joe Biden is not going to force them to live in your house. It's just not how the thing works. They're worried about things that aren't real. Trans kids in sports, not real. Trans people, not a problem, not dangerous, not a threat to you. They're terrified of it, and they're making laws against it left and right. Gay people grooming your children, not real. It doesn't happen.
Washington State uses a composite ballot, so I get one ballot which has both the city mayor and the president on it. I am concerned a non-citizen could accidentally get such a ballot and inadvertently
commit a felony, then go to jail for an accident for a long time. I suppose that if one ballot goes out and that this non-citizen is allowed to vote for mayor, but not allowed to vote for president, then even if they filled it in, the ballot counters don't count it. They know what to do with these things. The registration is done. The registration happens, and the registration, they know which ones to count, which ones not to. There are processes in place, there are mechanisms to catch this kind of thing, and it should be fine. I'm not terrified of it. I'm not worried about it. Voting experts still worry the claims could take hold at a time when huge numbers of Republicans simultaneously don't trust elections and see
I don't
immigration.
think that's gonna sway an election. You are concerned for that individual.
Yeah, I can see that too. As we don't want them to go to jail for doing the thing and just making a mistake that they didn't know. They filled in one too many bubbles because we gave them 50 bubbles and you're only allowed to fill in 47 of them, and then putting them in jail for that. I don't think that's the
So
case.
states and cities have to make sure to do the due diligence you're talking about.
Yeah. Due diligence. That's the word I'm looking for. Good word. I think that's what it's meant to do, to freak people out over an issue. It's a continuation of this myth of voter fraud. It not only creates hysteria, but it furthers this idea that only certain people should be allowed to participate in the process. Creates hysteria. There you go. See? They want you to be afeared. Hysteria. You just cast hysteria all over chat, and I can't believe you would do such a thing. Why would you do that?
I cast it on all of the people
Okay.
to scare them
Okay.
because that's the best tactic.
Okay, great. It worked. Get out of here. Terrorist. Nightmare monster that you are. Get out of here.
I was afeared of that.
He was afeared of that, yes. So yeah, it's an old problem. I've been hearing this my whole career. Kim Wyman said, a senior fellow at the Bipartisan Policy Center and the former Republican Secretary of State for Washington. Hey! In fact, the myth started taking hold in the U.S. in the 1800s. 100 years before, when the country was first founded, non-citizen voting was actually fairly common and uncontroversial. Oh, look at that. Let's return to tradition, folks. Let's return to the 1800s when non-citizens did get to vote. How about that? The American, we're going to conserve our way all the way back to where non-citizens got to vote. Let's see. But after the Civil War and Reconstruction, a wave of migration from Europe of non-white, non-English speakers led to xenophobic fears again, that's feared again, about what would happen to the U.S. if immigrants were allowed to exercise their power politically. Well, they would they would vote for things like that's what kind of makes me wonder. Like if all the citizens got together and voted for a thing, that's cool. But if non-citizens got together and voted for that same thing, that's a nightmare. It seems the same to me. I don't. I recognize that like we have to have rules for citizenship and stuff like that, but I think they should be really easy, really cheap, and obtainable by damn near anybody. And then they could vote legally. They wouldn't be illegal anymore. They wouldn't be non-citizens. They would just be a citizen. They're already here. They're already paying rent. They're paying taxes. They're buying stuff out of your store. They're picking your groceries up and delivering them to your house. I mean, like, why not just let them be citizens? Seems fine to me. One by one, states began implementing voter registration systems specifically as a means to disenfranchise immigrants. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they built them intentionally to do that. Allegations of vote fraud were the main stated justification for imposing restrictive practices. Again, yes, they're disingenuous. And I think this lady is disingenuous. I think she is lying right to our faces. Just the same as Donald Trump does, just the same as most of the Republicans do. They don't like brown people and they don't want them to vote. And so they make it very difficult for them to do so intentionally, willingly. But they're not allowed to say that because then they'll lose.
Kim Wyman, the Republican Secretary of State of WA, who resigned to join the Biden administration to improve national election security.
Nah, she's not the liar. I'm talking about the other name that was here. This Cleta Mitchell, South Carolina Republican Party. She's the one lying about the threat of non-citizens voting. I did jump around there. You're right.
Probably just a partisan hack who doesn't know shit about shit.
You're right. You can't trust anybody who says the word bipartisan too often. You know, it's dangerous. Anybody who says the word bipartisan too much is not to be trusted. I do not trust neutrality. Neutrality is the biggest red flag to me. That's who's going to kill you. That's who's going to kill you in your sleep, murder you, and take over your country. Is the neutral. The Swiss are my biggest nightmare, honestly. Being that neutral, ugh, they're up to something. They're up to something, folks. They're gonna wait for you to fall asleep, and then they're gonna drop their neutral pretenses and come after you. It's dangerous. You can't trust them. It didn't it's that stupid joke about that Johnny Depp made in one of the Pirates movies about how you can't trust the good people because you never know when they're gonna turn on you. Same idea, really. Oh gosh, the drama. There's the drama llamas. More drama. What do we got? We got TikTok. This TikTok. This is a thing that I've never heard of. It's some sort of platform.
Wait for you to fall asleep and steal your toenail clippings.
Is that what they're doing? Those sons of bitches. I'll shoot them and kill them. TikTok is apparently some sort of video delivery device. I don't know how it works. I'm entirely too old and I don't get it. I don't know what it is, but it's apparently filled with uh, Russian scammers, Chinese spies, and scary young people that I don't understand. They speak an entire language there that I don't comprehend. I don't get it. The youth scares me. That's
Tickle Taka.
Tickle Taka. I am terrified of the youth and the young and the new things. If it's new, if it's not from like before the 80s, I don't trust it. I'm afraid of it. It's a bad thing. Uh, just kidding. I actually don't put my shorts up on TikTok anymore because they keep getting banned on TikTok. Um, they're all still on YouTube. It's fine. I get a few views here and there, but not on TikTok. I'm apparently too racy and spicy for
Thank
TikTok.
you, Lynn.
Bing chillin'. Bing chillin'. Yeah. Um, I'm too spicy for TikTok, so I stopped posting things on there. Uh, I don't think it ever picked me up any subscribers anyway. But let's see what the wonderful, brilliant, and super amazing government that we've got did. The House voted to ban TikTok, and what could come next? So, the House voted overwhelmingly Wednesday to approve bipartisan bill that would require ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, to sell the social media app or face ban in the U.S. devices. Can they ban all the devices? That sounds insane. Like, but they can barely remember their own passwords half the time. Remember, like 5, 6 years ago when the governor of Hawaii accidentally set off a frickin' nuclear uh, air raid siren and told everybody there was a damn nuke coming from Hawaii and he couldn't fix it because he couldn't remember his password? For like 2 hours, we thought that the whole place was going to get nuked because he couldn't remember his password. That might have been in 2016 or 2015. Regardless, how are they going to ban an entire app? Okay, let's keep reading. The legislation's fate is unclear in the Senate. Oh, so it hasn't passed the Senate yet. The top two lawmakers on the Senate Intelligence Committee, Rubio and Warner, released a joint statement praising the House bill and urging Senate action, but the timeline is unclear. Several lawmakers have suggested the Senate would hold hearings on the legislation before moving forward. Mike Gallagher, who chairs the House Select Committee on China. There's a Select Committee on China? Okay. And is the lead GOP sponsor of the bipartisan bill, maintains that the bill does not amount to a ban of the video sharing app. So it's not a
And did
ban,
you
but it's a
see the
ban.
Pornhub usage during that alarm? Hilarious.
Oh, was it? I didn't know. I had no idea. What we're after is it's not a ban. What we're after is it's not a ban. It's a forced separation. That doesn't
The
make any
ban is
sense.
actually on the financial side.
The TikTok user experience can continue and improve so long as ByteDance doesn't own the company. Okay, so they have to sell it?
Looked like a stock market crash.
Oh, really? Okay. In practice, however, the bill would ban TikTok in the United States. In practice, however, it would ban it. So we've gone from ban, not ban, not ban, ban. Both the company and China historically have refused to consider divestiture. TikTok has said the banning of the social media platform would amount to a violation of free speech rights of millions of Americans. Gallagher says classified and unclassified national security assessments show that the app is a threat to user privacy, that it has been used to target journalists and interfere with elections. Top officials from intelligence and national security agencies conducted a classified briefing. Their analysis, classified information is not made public in part because it deals with the matter of national security. Okay, great. So the people who see the classified documents have said, okay, we need to ban this. No public evidence, but that's why we can't see it because it's classified. Theoretically possible that Beijing could use TikTok to push its agenda. Oh no. Oh no. Pushing an agenda. I sure hate punch anybody out in the face for pushing an agenda. Literally, that everything is politics, boss. Everything. Every single person who's ever typed into this chat is pushing an agenda. Whether you know it or not, everything is political, including this chat, including me. I'm pushing agendas 3 times a week. More if you count the YouTube uploads. Pushing agendas is kind of a thing that happens. Let's see. We are not sure that it would see many of the outward signs of it happening if it was happening. Okay. So it's a ban that isn't a ban, and it's not a ban, but it is going to ban it. Great. That's clear as mud.
Basically, it's a ban they can get out of very easily by selling the company. The reason it doesn't violate free speech is that non-US citizens don't have free speech under the First Amendment and
even if they did, foreign nationals outside the U.S. certainly don't have free speech rights since they're not in U.S. jurisdiction. So ByteDance is very likely to lose if it gets passed. That's fine if because so they can sell the company to an American company who can then what do the same pump out the same product in the same way through the same app, and they could make the money for it. They could ideally do the spying since they have the software now. That's fine. If a Chinese company is spying on American citizens, we ban it. If a American company is spying on American citizens, that's just a Tuesday, right? It's very strange, and I usually don't mind. I don't know why this one bothers me. I don't like TikTok. It's fine. I don't hate it. It's a thing.
Or to any non-Chinese, Russian, Iranian, North Korean company, those are the only countries banned.
Okay. We still buy a lot of shit from China. Okay. Well, that's weird. Uh, it's fine if they're doing. I'm mulling it over in my brain right now. If they're doing tricky things, if they're putting,
It's just a foreign policy decision.
yeah, it's a foreign policy decision. That's the kind of the direction I'm getting to, is that if they're doing uh, shady shit with the products they're selling us, we should just not buy that product anymore. So the people already have it. They upload to it. They download from it.
Don't
We
ask
need
me
it
to
to
explain
move.
the why, that's beyond my expertise.
Yeah, and so if at the moment it would be very dumb, and I totally back the government banning it on government devices. If you had a cell phone that was issued to you by the government, which it does, and you're a secretary of the fucking Secretary of State or some shit like that, and you have the TikToks on your phone, and you're doing stuff, and the Chinese government can tell where you are, and they can track you via that app, that's a security concern. Totally down. Totally get it. Let's ban it for them. Banning it for every American is the next step up, and yeah, it's foreign policy decision. And if they were selling us bad devices that were, I don't know, dog food that was full of lead, or lead paint, or plastic toys that were filled with chemicals, we would, foreign policy decision, you can't buy that thing, and that would be fine with me. So yeah, I think it's exactly the same. I'm fine with this. I don't think it's a nightmare scenario, and hopefully nothing goes wrong when if it does get banned, or if when it transfers over. So maybe nothing will go wrong. If we're lucky, nothing will go wrong. We never get lucky though. And old man Mike Pence calls it digital fentanyl. Digital fentanyl. The man's on message. You know what I mean? Like, he does not sway from the message. He would have made a much better Republican president. I'd be more likely to appreciate him. He doesn't bend from
I mean, assume the
message.
tickle tokes are stealing everyone's social security numbers, it's probably bannable then, and currently that is a risk because it's controlled by a state actor.
Right. So I'm okay with that. That's why I'm agreeing and saying, yeah, that's fine. You can ban it. Um, even, yeah, I don't think it's against free speech, so it should be fine. Hopefully that doesn't become a thing that happens commonly or often, is banning all the other products and services from other countries. That would be a bad idea. Oops. Okay. Digital fentanyl. The man has a way with words. It's essentially digital fentanyl, a 21st century technological weapon. What? Fentanyl is not a weapon. What the fuck is wrong with you? The app is so potent and addictive that TikTok is banned within China. I don't think it is. Is TikTok banned in China? That wouldn't even make any sense. They fucking love spying on their own people. Why would? Doesn't make any sense. Okay. Also, it's digital fentanyl, a
You wouldn't
technological weapon.
download some fentanyl.
I would download fentanyl because it's easy to sell, and I would just sell it and then make a couple of dollars, and then I wouldn't be here begging you for subs. Uh, just kidding. I would never do such a thing. Um, Fentanyl's not a weapon. I don't know why he would compare the two. That's so weird to me. But he's a weird old boomer who doesn't know what he's talking about anyway. Former Vice President Mike Pence called TikTok digital fentanyl. Yeah, we already read that. Why would you put it twice, you bastards? You ain't got much else to talk about, do you? TikTok calls the bill a de facto ban. Yeah, it's fine. And allowing TikTok to continue operating in the United States while under
Tastes
CCP
great on my
control.
cornflakes. TikTok is banned in China, but they have an equivalent app made by the same company called Douyin.
Well, there you go. See, it's not. Uh, if it's doing the same thing by the same company, it's not any different. We would never have let Russia run the nightly news during the Cold War, and we certainly can't let China do the same now. So he's upset that it's misinformation. I could I could do an entire stream defending Russia. I could do an entire stream defending China. There are some streamers who do, but TikTok is where they draw the line. I don't know. You can have lots of politics on a Twitch stream or on a YouTube uh, stream, but apparently if you're doing that on a TikTok stream or you're doing it on a 6-second TikTok,
Maybe he means it's a weapon like how the British used opium as a weapon against China, and maybe China uses fentanyl against the US.
I don't think so.
How dare someone else do the misinformation?
Yeah, that's our thing. That's our job. That's my thing. I do the misinformation around here, mister. Uh, the fentanyl is just capitalism run amok. We have a severe demand for it, and they're filling the supply side. I don't think that it's weaponized or intentionally harming everybody. It's just that's the most addictive thing they got. If they came up with something more addictive and less deadly, they'd sell that too, and there'd be a lot of it. All right. What else we got going on in the news tonight? Here we go. No, you stay here, and you move here. Trump's the first act in Trump's RNC takeover is a major purge. All right. That's what I've been talking about. The RNC has long been pro-Trump. Now it's only Trump. This is from MSNBC, so they're slanted and biased, obviously. But I think they're right this time. The Republican National Committee voted last week to install a new leadership team handpicked by former President Donald Trump. North Carolina Republican Party Chairman Michael Whatley is the new chairman. Laura Trump, Trump's daughter-in-law, is the co-chair, and the Trump senior campaign advisor Chris Lasivita is chief operating officer. Now the team is moving to ultra-Trumpify a party apparatus that was already deeply beholden to the aspiring autocrat. The new RNC chiefs have terminated more than 60 people. They laid off 60 people by either laying them off or asking them to resign and reapply for jobs.
Hear me out, crack 2. It's a mix of weed, coke, and fentanyl with a chocolatey aftertaste. Purge like the movie, or purge like a teenager with body image issues?
Well, so far I think it's just a teenager that's purging. They haven't murdered any of these people, as far as I know. Also, Shinsinto, I'd try it. See how that goes. Two people familiar with the matter told the New York Times several of the people reportedly laid off were senior staffers, including the heads of the communications, data, and political departments. Let's see. Lasivita said that the goal of the staffing assessment is to ensure the building is aligned with the vision of how to win in November. That's corpo speak for they're not up Trump's ass enough. They don't like him quite as much as they should. It's not unusual for the party to see a shakeup after the emergence of its presidential nominee.
At Shinsin only if it's called Crack 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Boogaloo boys. It'll be delicious. Tastes great, less filling. But in this case, all signs indicate that Trump allies are most likely gutting the party apparatus to help streamline the organization entirely around Trump's personal interests. Mass layoffs help preemptively quell any potential internal resistance to the GOP's operating solely as an extension of Trump. See, this is the thing that I think they're going to do if he wins the election. They're going to fire everybody who disagrees with them or make them reapply. And if they aren't as on board with Trump as they want, or they don't say, I love Trump and will do everything he says, they won't get hired. And they'll be fired and they'll be gone, and they'll fill in with people who say that they will. They're doing it right now with the RNC.
At Pop OG approved.
I think that they will do it with every single part of the government that is under the executive branch. They'll do it for the DOJ. Obviously, the DOJ, the president comes in and picks who their attorney general is and things like that. but I think they'll lay off all the regular people underneath him that have been there for a very long time because they call that the deep state. If you are a regular government lawyer type and you have worked for the DOJ for the past 12 years, you have worked for Trump, Biden, and Obama. They call you the deep state and they want you to be gone because you are not 100% on board for Trump. They want only Trump appointees. They want only Trump people in the entire government. And they think that's the right way to operate. Donald Trump thinks that the President of the United States is a king and he gets to say things and then the things get done, right? There was, when Trump was in charge, he had that Muslim ban. He said, I'm going to ban all the Muslims from coming into our country. And he just said it. And then the people that followed him, his lawyers, his team, then started drafting up insane written statements and paperwork, probably written in crayon, and then tried to get it passed, and it didn't work. The courts came down on him and said, you can't do that. He doesn't know that you can't do that. He doesn't recognize that there are ways that the government is supposed to operate, and that probably irritated him. He wanted to ban the Muslims, but he couldn't because of these damned judges. So I think this next time he'll get rid of the damned judges that stand in his way. And this is me being pessimistic and conspiratorial again because it's true. I am pessimistic and conspiratorial when it comes to Donald Trump. Um, he tried to do it with the trans ban from the military. He went on Twitter and said, I ban all the trans people from the military, and then just tweeted it out. He didn't do any of the paperwork. He didn't do any. He didn't pass some sort of rule or law to the US UCMJ. He just said it on Twitter and thought that it was real, And then the people that worked for him were like, oh, okay, well, we have to put in this thing. We have to put in this amendment to the UCMJ and stuff like that. And then it never happened. Donald Trump thinks that it did, though. He thinks that he banned all the trans people from the military. He didn't. His biggest fans also think that he did, in fact, ban all the trans people from the military. And he never did. They think he did, though, because reality doesn't always reach the doesn't get through the red hats. I've got a tinfoil hat to keep out the 5G rays, right? But that red hat keeps intelligent thoughts out. It keeps reality out, is what it does. The red hat keeps out reality. If you want to be anti-reality, if you want to avoid the real,
but it made his
put on
cult
that red
feel
hat.
good cause he said IR.
It made his
I
cult
mean
feel
the
good.
Trump travel ban was ultimately mostly allowed.
After it got chopped down, restructured, written in legalese, and put together by an actual law team, they put half of the things that I'm willing to say that I'm exaggerating, and maybe I'm exaggerating, maybe I'm just talking out my ass, but it got cut down by like
Probably
half.
because despite what Trump says it was not actually a Muslim ban.
Right, because he wanted it to be. He said, I just want to ban all these people from coming in. And then they were like, well, you can't do that. Here's what we can do. We can do these 7 little things, and we can get some of them passed. And they got some of them passed, and then it turned into the Muslim ban, which he would still call it that. So it was not actually a Muslim ban, but he would still call it such. And he would remind his constituents, the people who are wearing the red hats and cheering for him, he'd be like, hey, remember when I banned all the Muslims? And they'll be like, yeah, I sure fucking do. That was great. Good job. Keep it up, is what they'll do. Maybe I need a red hat. Um, and then he'll tell them, hey, remember when I banned all the trans people from the military? And they'll be like, yep, I sure do. Good job. You did it. I read it on Twitter. So that's what happened. And it never happened. But they don't need reality. It can't get through the red hats. And they will blame Biden for undoing those things. They'll blame Biden for removing the Muslim ban that never existed. They'll blame Biden for letting the transes back in when they never went anywhere. Reality can't get through the red hats. I don't know what they're made of, but there's no reality getting through them. absolute bloodbath at the RNC as new leadership loyal to Trump purges staff. Let's see if this one says anything differently, but it might just be the same. Absolute bloodbath seems to be the same. Chairman Watley is in the process of evaluating the organization and staff, ensuring the building is aligned with his vision. Yep, same thing. During this process, certain staff are being asked to resign or apply for a position to the team. It's fine. It's
I
the
mean,
same.
Biden did reverse what the travel ban was except for North Korea, which he has continued.
Yeah. Those are nuanced statements that you're making, Popok. It wasn't actually a Muslim ban, and it got written by lawyers who then put it in front of a court, and then the court struck some of it down, and then they changed the language so that it got past the court, and they said that you're legally allowed to do the thing, and then Biden reverses the parts of it that they don't like, and except for North Korea. So you're making nuanced arguments. Red hats don't like nuance. Trump did the ban. They love it. Biden got rid of the ban. They hate it. I don't know what this one is. Speaker Johnson, there will probably be a change to motion to vacate
Nobody
next
likes North
Congress.
Korea.
Nobody likes North Korea. That makes sense. I'm kind of okay with a North Korea ban. Um, I'd want to. The only reason we don't, again, do anything about North Korea is because all those poor, hungry, starving, diseased, and parasite-infested people will go into China. China doesn't want that. They're like, nah, keep them over there. Um, so North Korea has nothing on us.
Probably because of all the Muslims in North Korea.
There are Uyghurs there. Yes, they are up near there. Um, yeah, China doesn't want all of that mess coming into their borders. So we're just going to ignore it forever until they either wise up and get better themselves, or do we just ignore them forever until um, the problem sorts itself out. Speaker Johnson, there will probably be a change. Vacate the next Congress. What does that mean? Probably change the rules around the motion to vacate. Oh, 8 Republicans banded with Democrats to oust Kevin McCarthy. So he's going to change the rules that allow them to just get a new speaker. Johnson speaking at a kickoff press conference during the House GOP's annual retreat said he's not personally advocating for a change to the motion to vacate, but added it's being openly discussed among lawmakers. The motion to vacate is something that comes up a lot amongst members and discussion. I expect there will probably be a change to that as well, but just so you know, I've never advocated for that. I'm not the one who's making it into an issue because I don't think it is one for now. Yeah, so he's going to change the rules so that he can't get kicked out at the drop of a hat, which makes sense. He doesn't want that. He has never been uh, it took what? It took him like 100 something votes to get him. So he's probably not looking forward to doing that again or going away in disgrace because he couldn't get all the votes or something like that. So just a little bit of drama, not a big story there. What do we got? Now this one, I might save this one for when Thomas is back on the stream. But 16 attorneys general from red states threatened to sue Maine for health care bill. So what do we got here? We've got a bill that protects providers offering gender-affirming care to patients from states where such care is prohibited.
I am pretty sure he's just talking about changing the hand gesture used to tell people to get the fuck out.
Okay, that's a good idea too. He's going to change it to something else. I thought this was America. Anyway, 16 state attorneys general from various Republican-led states, including Texas, Florida, and Kentucky, are threatening to sue Maine if it proceeds with a bill aimed at protecting healthcare providers offering gender-affirming care to patients from states where such care is prohibited. So, Texas, Florida, and Kentucky have said, states' rights, states' rights, states' rights. We demand to be able to not let people transition. And if they do leave our state, go to Maine and get that stuff, we'll sue Maine. But shouldn't Maine have the state's rights to give people that care?
So what about states' rights?
Yeah, exactly. This is more and more and more. This is more Republican disingenuousness. Texas doesn't give a flying fuck about trans people. They hate them. They want them
What
to
is the
go
main bill
away.
doing exactly?
The main bill is protecting the doctors from being sued by the state of Texas because Texas trans child or Texas trans person at all, I would imagine, left Texas because they don't let them get the transition care that they want. They go to Maine, they get the transition care they want. Then Texas gets to sue the doctor that gave it to them because of states' rights somehow. They don't fucking care about states' rights, you guys. They just fucking hate people. Um, Maine's Attorney General responded saying that he was thoroughly dismayed that by a threatening letter written by the state's Attorney
How
General.
would Texas even have jurisdiction to sue in what court?
I don't know. They're just making shit up. They don't care what's real. They don't care what jurisdiction is. They just what they want what they want. This is not unprecedented, as at least 17 states and the District of Columbia have already enacted similar shield laws. Our Republican doers. He's being a smartass there. That's one of them law burns. 17 states already have shield laws, and yet our Republican doers. Uh, the bill LD 227 would make Maine the 18th state that has implemented protective shield laws, ensuring access to care for transgender youth by providing legal protection for doctors and parents who prescribe or seek medical treatment. So yeah, Texas wants to sue the doctors and the parents who are doing this, who are going to other states to get it done. Additionally, in January, transgender activist and journalist Aaron Reed wrote the bill would ban healthcare providers, practitioners, facilities, and similar institutions from disclosing protected healthcare information about their patients who go out of state and
Same fucker about the abortion bounty laws think they can sue without requiring to prove harm.
Yes, this is very similar to those about abortion bounty laws. Um, I was reading one of them where it was like if you use a road in Texas to drive someone to a different state to have an abortion, you have committed a crime against the state of Texas by using Texas's like infrastructure. It's it's wild. They just don't want these things to happen. They want national bans. They want worldwide bans. They just don't say it because they're disingenuous. If they had cojones, if they had the balls, they would look into the camera and they would say, we don't like trans people. We don't think it should be allowed. And we would like them to stop being around. We would like them to stop existing, please. You got to do those things in funny voices, or else somebody will clip it. I'm on KPP's not here tonight, but he would clip that, and then he would post it, and then I would get canceled, and I would have a bad time. So you got to do it in a funny voice. They just don't want them to be around, and if they make enough
Some people
laws,
might say you can't deny the freedom to travel under the Fifth Amendment.
that's a good argument. They don't give a shit.
For
Popa.
everyone else except their mistresses.
Right. Yeah, but that's a secret thing that you keep quiet and you don't talk about, Shinzento. You don't tell people about that. You don't proclaim that on the news. You don't fight for that in the streets. You don't fight for that right in the street. You very quietly, very secretly, in the closet, get your abortions or get your you get your mistress's abortions and stuff like that, and then you feel bad about it and you regret it for the rest of your life. It's a kind of a Catholic shame thing, where you're supposed to feel bad about these things. Uh, but these people aren't feeling bad. They're being trans out in public where you can see them. They're not feeling bad about the feelings they have. And this confuses uh, the lawmakers in Texas. This upsets them greatly. Lawmakers in Texas are accepting that some people are gay.
Sometimes the devil causes us to stumble.
uh, that will cause you to stumble right into a vagina. Yeah, and uh, then they're pregnant. I mean, that's how it goes. The the Texas legislature does not want trans people to exist. They don't want gay people to exist. They want that shit quiet, silent, in the very privacy of your home, inside a closet, in underneath all the coats. You can do whatever you want as long as no one can see you and you never have any contact with anybody and no one ever knows it happened. That's acceptable. But these trans people are all out in the street. They're going to Walmart, eh, dressed like a
Fair
different
point.
gender. Yeah, they don't want any of those things. And if you go to another state to get the thing that you want, and then you come back, then there will be trans people in their state, and they can't have it. They don't want it. They ain't gonna have it. It's not acceptable. So they will make cockamamie laws. They will make wacky ass laws that are against certain constitutional amendments, and they won't care. Donald Trump himself is anti-constitutional, yet they love him. I don't get it. The people who scream about how important the Constitution is to them are supporting the anti-constitutional guy. I don't get it. Because he hates the same people they hate. It's the basis for all of conservative thought, I think. And this is my
Don't
feeling.
confuse Texas with people in support of individual liberty. Texas was the last state to have sodomy laws. Even in your own home, technically it still has them.
Yes, it does. And that's because they don't want it to exist. And so they want to push those laws. They don't use the law to make a right, proper, fair society. They use it to harm the people they don't like. They don't like the gays, so they make a law outlawing sodomy. They don't like the transes, so they make a law against getting trans care. They don't like a person, they make a law against them. It's how they operate. It's how they work. They they don't use the law. I mean, to Texas Republicans, the law harms the outgroup and protects the ingroup. That's all it is. And that is all I have for the news tonight. So, what I'm going to do is start up the Vidya game. I was having a pretty good time with Vampire Survivors last night. And I'm going to start that up. I'm going to, I mean, usually I would turn canoe to Sean, but you guys have been doing real good with tonight. It's not overly interrupty. Sometimes there's too many people in chat. Not today, though. And I can't focus on the story that I'm talking about. But we are good to go. Just get this thing started. Wow, that's a bright light. We're going to turn that off. Turn this on. Come on, load. I know you can do it. It's going to load. I believe in you. Believe in you, computer. I think I can. I think I can. You can do it. Go, go, Steam. Anyway, how are you? How's it going? Uh, Anything fun going
Did
on?
you cover New York deploying the National Guard to the subways?
No, but I did notice it the other day. I was a couple of days late to that one. It seems like a dumb idea because there are a bunch of memes. I'll post up some memes in in the Discord. But basically, it's kind of like you know what? I'm gonna look up the meme right now. Um, where's my button? Ah, jeez. I finally got the dang game going, and now I'm gonna turn it off so I can look at a meme. Um, Basically, New York Democrats are a different kind of creature. Um,
Fair jumping time to eat an M16.
yeah, let me find the image that I had. Let me find. I know I had it just the other day. Riveting. Uh, Oops. God, I'm so bad. I want to do Control C and I do Control V. God, that I'm so bad at everything. Okay. I have too many windows open. Copy link. Go here. Paste link. Can I see it? I can see it. Great. Okay. Then I have to go into this. There's got to be a faster way to do these things. I just can't know what they are because I'm an idiot. Is that it? There we go. Okay. So, this is the meme. Midwest Dems with a one-seat majority get higher minimum wage, free school lunches, union rights, lower costs for healthcare, guaranteed paid paternity leave, stuff like that. California, New York Dems with a three-quarter of the legislature. Small businesses are dying, crumbling infrastructure, corrupt police force, doing nothing about housing crisis. Sorry, guys, we don't have enough votes. So this way goes into what you're talking about there, Popog, with the New York deploying the National Guard. They're on the right side of that spectrum that you just saw. They don't quite, they promise liberal things when they are trying to get elected, but once they are elected, they ignore and become just a regular Republican at that point, honestly. The mayor of New York is screaming about how he can't, how the immigrants are going to destroy the city because he's a hack. He promises liberal things. He promises to be a leftist. He promises to do democratic things while he's running for office. But when he gets it, he does the opposite. And we shouldn't put up with it. We should bully them when they do that kind of thing. Find the brave story at 18 minutes in space 54. Huh. Was that Batman? Evolve the Paco Batilar. Ooh. I get to unlock Robbert. Very cool. I would like to unlock Robbert, the Batman. Okay. Gonna go to Space 54. Who do we want? She-Moon? Freeze on. Nah, I don't like you. Space Dude was okay. Rose was okay.
The cause of the subway thing is a leftist policy, though specifically bail reform.
I thought it was the fact that there's more violence in the subway. They went from one stabbing every 24 hours to one stabbing every 23 hours, and that has caused them to have to deploy the National Guard. Bail reform is the cause of it, is what you're suggesting, because somebody got out on bail and then went and did another crime? Ah, idiot. Not you, I wasn't calling you an idiot. 18 minutes. There's something on the screen, I guess.
Yeah, that increases because bail reform, because the specific way they implemented it is you cannot ever hold people on bail for this huge list of crimes.
And because of that, the person got out? What does this bat one do? Hey, bats!
So if you attack someone on a subway, you get out of jail within 24 hours by law.
Even though you don't pay a bail? Or it's just not necessary?
Correct bail reform is bail must be zero.
Bail must be zero. Oh, okay. I mean, bail isn't a punishment for doing a crime. It is some money you give to the state, hoping that you will come back for your trial and you don't run away and disappear.
Which after your 37th time drunkenly attacking a person on the subway this week, I think we can safely say bail may be a good idea to prevent you from being a danger to the public. Which is the other purpose of bail.
Which is fine for me. I'm okay with that. Is this a multiple offender who did attack people 37 times? Or is this like he was drunk in public and they took him, then he got out on bail, and then he stabbed somebody later? If he's multiple stabbings, then I am not on board for that bail reform idea.
But how will I feel safe with all these pores can sit in jail till their trial?
Yeah, if the poor people can get out, then yeah, it could be dangerous. If it's for violent crimes that you've done in the past and we think that you'll do it again, I would be all right with setting a very high bail, or not giving them the option to leave before the trial. Yeah. If you're randomly attacking people for no reason, then let's not let them out. I'm okay with that. Waiting for some monsters to show up so I can click this thing. Oh no, I killed it. Oh no, I didn't get Goldfinger.
So obviously it varies from incident to incident, but a huge percentage, according to quotes by the NYPD chief, is drug addicts who just chill on the subway looking for people to rob, who by law must
be let out, and then they go right back to the robbery job. Okay, well, then we need better understanding of the spirit of the law rather than the letter of the law. I know a lot of people get mad at me when I say it, but like,
check out Waldo's videos, https://www.youtubecom at Waldo videos.
So what we're getting into is that the problem that always happens with the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law. The letter of the law says that they get to go. The spirit of the law, it doesn't help, you know. And if you say, hey, this is a dangerous person, we shouldn't keep him in, they'd be like, well, where's it written? Where it's not written here. You have to follow what's written. And we always have that issue. But what's my point? What am I going towards? They should write laws better. And hey, I'll blame the...
They should write laws more gooder.
Yes, I agree. I'll blame the half-assed liberal run as a liberal, then do conservative things once you're elected. Shitheads in New York politics. We're getting the worst of both worlds with those people. Oops. I took too many weapons, so now I can't evolve my S. Done a bad job. What evolves the bats? Do I know? Doesn't look like it's on the list here. I don't see bats. Guess the bats don't evolve. All right. There's a gold finger over on that other side. Might go walk my happy ass all the way back over there and get that gold finger.
New York's bail reform law was written and lobbied for by the far left wing of the NY Democrat Party, not the centrist wishy-washers.
And it just says that all bail is 0. Is there any good reason for it that just got misinterpreted? And that's,
I am not saying you
yeah.
can't support bail reform, but y'all gotta eat the L on that implementation at least.
That's fine. Then they sucked at the implementation. That's what I was about to get at. Is that, yeah, it might have been written by the left, but then the wishy-washies in the middle, like, implemented it badly. Maybe. I don't know the details. And if it's even slightly if the cops don't appreciate it, they might be enforcing it in a smarmy, smart-ass way because they don't like it. I'm not blaming them, but maybe. Can we blame them? Can we blame the NYPD? Like, I wouldn't mind doing that. I like the laser gun.
The left stacks L's.
It's got a pretty good beat.
It's not up to the cops, it's up to the courts, the Attorney General, who in NY's case is also more lefty than centrist.
Okay. Well, I'll look into it and research it, see if there's any specific reason it was written that way. I don't know. Maybe they just did a bad job. Entirely possible that they thought it would be a good thing, and then it's entirely possible that the left just didn't know or didn't appreciate the criminals. Would use it in such a way. They do tend to think the best of people. Hi, I like booba. Says the left stacks L. Sometimes they do. They should do a better job. Ooh, bats, more bats. Yes. More bats. Boss time, die boss. Go. What are you waiting on?
The 2019 really reads like doing a shit job and researching poorly, thinking with their hearts. Then they patched it in 20,212,022, but it still has a bad core from the initial implementation.
Okay, that sounds like something they would do. I'm glad they patched it in 20 million to
Crime
10,000.
went up dramatically after the BLM riots and coastal city politicians implemented woke policies.
I don't think that's true, but you'd have to look at stats to find that out, and stats are liars. If you're going to lie to somebody, the best way to do it is with a chart and a graph. If I remember correctly, violent crime is down nationwide right now, and has been going down for quite a while. But again, finding
That's funny,
stats.
since leftists love stats until the stats aren't in their favor.
They love stats that are not manipulated. It's very easy to manipulate crime stats. Boss, I can find you.
I feel like Booba in this case, it's before BLM since it's 2019.
Crime stats are manipulated a lot, and they're bent to push a narrative. I can find you crime stats that prove that everything's been getting worse, and I can find you crime stats that prove everything's getting better, because it depends on who's writing the stats, you know?
At Popo G42, I just noticed an uptick after 2020.
Well, did you notice that uptick in 2020? Because half of the news media wants you to notice that uptick after 2020? Because they want you to feel like there's more crime?
Specifically, I am talking about the recidivism rate of repeat offenders from NY's bail reform.
Yeah, if it is the way that you're describing it, Popog, where they're just robbing people and getting out and then robbing people the next day, I think we would be fine to keep them in jail while they await their trial. And if they can't, then the law is written poorly and somebody should run on it and fix it. I need the dupe. Oh, there's the bat. I don't know what it is. Okay. The dupe and something else.
Nice try. I have eyes and go outside tent cities where there didn't used to be any car break-ins. Are up, theft is up, robbery is up, stores in lower income areas started closing earlier to avoid the dumbest hypothetical example from the 2019 law was you do everything in Columbine up to pulling the trigger, and NY would have been required to let you out within 24 hours and you could keep doing.
If that's the way it's being used, then I would say that it has been written incorrectly and someone should try and fix it and run on it. The car was put in D and it went too far, and it needs to be put in R to go backwards. I'm alright with that. The other, what are you saying, Booba? You're talking about car break-ins are up, theft is up, robbery is up. Stores in the lower income areas started closing earlier to avoid the hassle of potential robberies. Cops aren't even doing their damn jobs because
I finally got it,
they're scared
Waldo,
of
to
political
say we
blowback.
need to go backwards. Conservative Waldo 2024.
See, you did it. I've been saying it forever. We need the car has to have a D and it has to have an R. If it is the way that you're describing it to me, then put the car in R.
And all it took was fear to do it.
Well, crime to do it. I'm not feared of the crime. I'm saying it's, if you're painting this picture and this is the thing that is happening, then I'm all right with doing that. I'm eminently reasonable. I'm entirely reasonable. I think that I've always been reasonable. If what was I about to? I was about to say, no, I don't think. Okay, Boba, I don't think they're not doing their damn jobs because they're scared of political blowback. I think they're not scared. They're not doing their jobs because they want to be the special boys. They want to be the most important people. They want to have
The
respect
left
from
doesn't
you.
get that sometimes you have to actually punish criminality theriome types you can't rehabilitate L.
I agree that you have to punish the people, but if they're doing the crime because they are poor and they can't do anything else, you've built a system which will create crime. If we build capitalism poorly, it will create crime. So let's get the people who need help a way to make money that isn't crime. And if they can make money through not crime means, then they will. But I worry that if the cops aren't doing their job...
In the meantime, we should still punish crime.
I'm on board with punishments for crime. I think that did anything. But can we not prevent it?
Okay, well, you aren't off the deep end cause some leftists will argue against even that.
I know. And that's because they're trying to be... they're Twitter leftists, and it's a dangerous place to be. You shouldn't go there. Twitter's a bad place. But what was I thinking? Can't we prevent it too? If we know what's causing it, how it's coming to be born, can we not prevent it as well? And I'll tell you what causes it, what makes crime be born. It's poverty. Can we do something about that?
Do both, why not?
I'm on board. Let's do both. Okay, so what are we going to do to tackle poverty? Because I have ideas, but they all involve the government, and conservatives don't like those ideas. They start screaming about...
Poverty causes crime more than crime causes poverty.
I agree that poverty causes crime more than crime causes poverty. Yes, I agree. What do we do about poverty if that's the cause of the crime? Because we can't... We have to be careful, because if we come up with a government program to reduce poverty, all of a sudden we're screamed at. I'm some sort of what are they?
Sorry, that was meant to be a question.
Oh,
Wokeness
yes.
causes brokenness.
Wokeness causes brokenness? No. Wokeness causes severe amounts of money to show up at you. The companies don't push wokeness to lose money. They push it and they make more than they ever did before.
Astute Popog.
It was a question, Popog, but so the answer is yes. If you put a question mark behind there, I would say yes. Poverty causes crime more than crime causes poverty, yes.
I am not so convinced that's true.
You think crime causes poverty? Well, I mean, if it's a bad area and it gets a reputation for being bad, then you can't make it better. I remember when the Ferguson riots were happening, the rioters there broke into and damaged a Walgreens.
Well, crime can also cause poverty, cause businesses don't want to operate in high crime areas, less jobs.
Right, and then I think it was Sean Hannity was on TV saying, "Why are they destroying their own Walgreens? It's in their neighborhood." Well,
business loans are often based on crime rates.
yeah, the people in that neighborhood can't get a job at that Walgreens. The Walgreens looks at their address and says,
Same for insurance.
Yeah, this is where you live? Okay, well, we're not going to hire you because your address is within this poor area that is notorious for crime, so you don't get the job here. You get stuck in a trap. They're born in a impoverished place. They can't escape. They need money because we live in a capitalist society. They can't get it through a job. They can't get a job. They can't get educated. They can't work their way out. They can't bootstrap their way out.
Those businesses can establish themselves in other areas.
Well, yeah, but then there's nothing left for the people in this poor area. There's nothing there. So they turn to crime, and they turn to stealing things from your cars, or they turn to dealing drugs, or they turn to sports, or they turn to rap music to make it out of the terrible situation they're in. So what you need is economic investment into these areas. But if economic investment...
Public transit brings the people to their jobs.
I'm alright with that too. Public transit is a good thing, and I wish we had more of it. But a lot of big cities, now you're getting into...
Those are all possible stories. The question is, how much do those stories represent the statistics of the real world?
How much do... again, I don't know who to trust to get statistics from, honestly. I'm not being a smartass here. I don't know who to trust to get statistics on crime. I really don't. Because every time I start looking for crime stats and shit like that, because I have in the past, I've been like, oh, okay, well, let's look at it. You get bogged down with, what you get is a report from...
Just go get them yourself.
Just go get them myself. You're right. I should just walk around counting all the crimes.
Start committing crimes.
Well, I'm going to count them first. And if I don't count
and measure
any,
yourself.
Right, and if I don't get any, if I don't see any, I'll have to make some. And that...
With all due respect, can you play Donkey Kong Country 2 instead of whatever this is?
This gets the Zoomers. The Zoomers love this shit. You're not a Zoomer. You're older than them, Booba. I know you are. Now, you just said you gave yourself away. You're at least 40 years old.
Just remember not to commit crimes while committing crimes.
No, see, what you do is when the cops show up, if...
What is a Danky King? Is that a TikTok dance? 34 actually, but yeah.
So, yeah, what was I about to say? Yeah, Malcidian. What I'll do is, if the cops show up, Booba says they won't even show up and do their job, so it should be fine. But if they do, just in case, I'll remind them that I am a white male and I'm allowed to commit crimes. Then I will tell them that this is for science and it's not actually crime. I'm just doing science. I'm doing a sociology experiment on crime stats, and what happens to people who do in fact commit crimes. Officer, this is a scientific endeavor, okay? Gonna need you to stop messing up my data gathering.
Science crimes are called Neil deGrasse Tyson tweets.
Science crimes?
Do you know who I am?
Malcidian? Do you know who I am? Is that what I should say to the cops? Be like, hey, listen, I am a scientist and I'm doing science right now. And I like the laser beam because it's got a good beat.
Don't forget Bill Nye.
He does science crimes. we did Woke Science on Netflix. We can never forget, never forgive. All right, 18 minutes. I'm supposed to pick something up. Oh, there it is. It's down here. Go get it. Down here. Don't run out of time. Don't die. Go get it.
Say do you know who I am, but make it sound both menacing and confused.
Officer, do you know who I am?
Bill Nye the Science Crime. Then the cops really have to let you go.
I'm mentally ill at that point. They have to let me go. That's the rules. I failed. God. I didn't get the thing. Dang. All right. Let's try with a more powerful character. Pugnala, my best boy. Go back into space. Play the game for 18 more minutes. Yes. We're gonna go get those golden fangas. Then we are gonna get that thing. And we're not gonna die this time. An inch away from the thing I want.
TBH, I don't get why the troops are so valorized in this country when gamers have done so much more. We've fought countless wars in the future and outer space. We've fought in Gamergate. We will never.
Never forget, don't sleep. We grind for XP. That's right. The gamers are the true heroes. Don't forget. I mean, I was there when we stormed the beaches of Normandy.
Because we live in a society.
In modern warfare, you know? I mean, the troops are nice and kind of cool and all, but I've stormed Normandy many times. In Call of Duty. You know, I've killed entire alien planets. When was the last time an actual Marine conquered an alien nation? Yeah, never. I've done it single-handedly. Hundreds of times. I've used the power of friendship to kill gods. Okay?
I was there at the Gall of Reach.
Exactly.
Paul. I was more of a Mo frontline kinda guy. Check out Waldo's videos https www.youtubecom at Waldo Videos.
I mean, I'm not gonna brag or nothing, but humble brag right incoming. I did kill Mecha Hitler way back in the 90s. And they don't throw me parades, you know? Nobody gets a day off for remembering me.
We've stormed Normandy, we've fought the Covenant, we've fought Hell's Army.
Yeah, exactly.
Canooch this.
Canooch that. Yeah, I've killed giant dragons with like magic spells. I mean,
the original Battlefield 2 when it came out on PC had a break the game button when you were filtering lobbies to join. The official solution was denote the button.
Denote the button. Yeah, I was never very big on the war games. I always suck at them.
All with the power of mind bullets.
I always died a lot. I'm the first
Telling a
person
gamer
to
not
die.
UCH a button, what could go wrong?
Yeah, they immediately touch the
Doctor, it
button.
hurts when I do this, then stop doing that.
Yeah. Nope.
Problem solved.
You're not a gamer. Never known one. Yay! They clapped for me.
How can you be a gamer if you don't use the gamer word?
Yeah, you're right. I should use it more, but I don't.
At PopOG42 you can use it on Kick but not Twitch.
That's why I keep the kick chat up. That's why I silently judge everyone on Kick, because I know why they're there. Yeah, it's like keeping the bad kids in a certain part of the classroom, so you know where all the trouble's going to be.
Either degenerate gamblers or true gamers.
Yeah, exactly. I may have to switch from Kick over to Twitch anyway. I'll work on it over this next week.
Some of the most deranged racist rants I've heard were in the retro gaming section on Kick. L.
The Twitch subs have eclipsed the Kick subs, so I may spend more time getting that section up to date, you know? Getting the 2 or 3 individual not memes, emotes that KBP made for me that are up on screen now, but aren't available on the Twitch, so I'm going to work on getting those available there.
Wow, does that mean I am finally gonna get mod powers?
Sure. I don't have a Twitch mod at the moment other than myself. I can make you a Twitch mod. I wouldn't mind. Is the power going to go straight to your head? That's why Shinsinto can't be a mod. He's in all the streams, but he would immediately like go nuts with the power, and then just start yelling and
Check out
screaming at
Waldo's
people.
videos https www.youtubecom at Waldo videos.
He'd start banning people
I
left
like
and right.
Kick. I've been banned as a chatter from the whole website here just for opinions, not even using slurs. The power has already gone to my head.
It's already gone to your head. Well, maybe I shouldn't give it to you then. You've already failed the test. You asked for the power. If anybody asks for the power, you can't give it to them. Good lord. The only people allowed to have power are the people who don't want it.
We need Twitch to be more like 4chan circa 2010.
That sounds like a
I mean,
terrible
please don't
place.
make me a mod, no.
Now you're getting it. There you go. That's better.
4chan is and always has been a cesspool.
Yeah, 4chan is a lot of things, and one of those things is a sewer. I mean, I would say, yeah, 4chan is
I
the
just
sewer
wish
of the
Twitch would
internet.
unban artistic nudity except for fat chicks. You can keep them banned.
How un-PC of you, Bopog. How dare you. I'm gonna cancel you. Not really. Well, if you allow the nudity, then that's the only thing that happens. I mean, you should see my, what's the word, my YouTube Shorts feed. It's just that one girl who rides the unicycle, you know? Look at all those bullets.
Only pretty ladies can be artistically nude.
How could you say such a thing?
Think about it, art is defined as things I like.
Oh, yeah. Art is the things I like, and if I don't like it, then it's not art. Yeah. Were you privy to that conversation? Did I talk about it? I don't remember. I forget what I have and haven't talked about on stream. And who's in what Discord, I start to forget.
The legal term is the me likey doctrine.
The tasty doctrine. It only tastes good to those with good taste. Alright, so what I need is 2 more blue gun levels before I pick up that treasure box.
Art is defined as unobtrusive things that make me feel.
Apparently, it depends on who you ask. I think that's insane, but that's the blue gun.
Taco Bell is the most consumed art in America then.
I feel all kinds of things when I eat Taco Bell. Okay, I'm gonna rant about Taco Bell now. They won't make double-decker tacos anymore. Like, they have all the ingredients right there. Put the damn taco in the damn bean burrito and give it to me. You know, double-decker tacos are great and amazing and delicious, and they won't make it for me anymore. I have to make my own, like some
If you
kind
go
of...
at night and bring weed, you can get them.
I mean, I probably could, but like, I have to go in there and make my own, you know? I have to order a bean burrito, and I have to order a taco, and I have to like cobble it together myself. Like a lunatic. Sure hope that's the laser beam. Come on, laser beams. There it is, laser beams.
Taco Bell should fire whoever makes their menu and just let the free market decide how the ingredients are combined.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm a filthy, filthy capitalist. What weapon do I want? I want the Four Seasons, what I want, but will I get it? I don't know. Four Seasons or one of the wands, okay. There's a wand. I have all 3 cards? I don't. Look at all my laser beams. They're amazing. But yeah, Taco Bell. What do you guys order at Taco Bell? I've been doing, since they don't do the double-decker tacos anymore, and they don't do the Frito burritos, which are the greatest thing ever. Frito burritos back in the day. I have a lot less reason to go there, so I either order the regular tacos and the regular burritos and combine them like a lunatic, or I do the beefy, crunchy, some fucking thing, and then I forget the name of it.
Did you know that Bill Gates is only fighting against climate change due to his majority share in luxury hotels? If global warming happens, they'll have to rename it to the Three Seasons.
Right, that makes sense. He doesn't want to look like an idiot. That makes sense to me. He would look silly. There weren't 4 of them anymore.
I can't eat wheat, but it used to be the Crunchwrap Supreme.
I haven't gone to Taco Bell in a while, so I don't remember the name of the thing, but yeah, it was, I think they're called beef crunch wraps or beef crunchy something. What the hell is it? It's saved in the phone, in the app, so I just pressed the button. It was like, these are the things you ordered last time, and I'm like, yes, 3 of those.
Now it's just the Doritos Locos Taco.
It's the only thing they sell.
Cheesy Gordita Crunch.
Something like that. Let me look it up real quick, since I don't actually need any brains to play this game, honestly.
What shape is it?
Hands. It's definitely in a tortilla. I'm looking at their menu right now. I'm so good at this game I can look at the Taco Bell menu while playing it. Oh, it's an online exclusive. That's the other thing to worry about. It's online exclusive. You can't walk in there and order the son of a bitch. You have to order it only through their app. I hate that. It's so stupid.
It's in a tortilla. Wow, really narrowing it down.
I know. Shut up. Online exclusive. Let me find it. Let me find it.
Let me guess, it has beans and cheese in it.
Yeah, I know. I'm narrowing it down. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Beefy 5-layer, maybe? No, that's not it. I know it had the word crunch in it somewhere. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. I'm telling you, it's been a while. Yeah, I think it's like the beef.
Oh, and it combos really well with a Baja Blast.
I don't like the Baja Blast as much as the regular Mountain Dew. Regular Mountain Dew is good, but I don't like the Baja Blast as much. Yeah, beefy 5-layer, it's like a beefy crunch wrap or something like that. It might be the Crunch Wrap Supreme, but I don't think it had the word Supreme in it. So whatever that is, mine is Supreme. Also, it's been months and months since I've been there.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't like
Get
the
out.
Baja Blast. I know, but the regular Mountain Dew is fine the way it was. I didn't need the new and improved. The class. I like Mountain Dew Classic. And if I have the money to go out and eat anyway, I try and go to local places or new places or try something new, or Popeyes, honestly. That spicy chicken sandwich is delicious.
Regular Mountain Dew is piss water compared to a delicious Shorty Blast.
See, I don't think so. The regular Mountain Dew is fine the way it is. I didn't need anything new, thank you. I'm too old. I liked it the way it was. Yeah, I would get, back in the day, back in the 90s, I would get Frito burritos and then a regular Mountain Dew, yeah. It was before Baja Blast even existed. I was like there when they invented the fire sauce. That's how old I am. Like the fire sauce just appeared one day and I was like, oh my god, it's so delicious. And then I stole a bunch.
Conservative Waldo strikes again.
I know, I'm going back in time. Back to make Taco Bell great again. Bring back my Frito burritos. Normal Mountain Dew is good enough.
Keep
you don't
things
need
the way they were.
Yeah, go backwards. We're putting all night. We're putting the car in R. We're going backwards. I'm a simple man. I just want my Fritos in a burrito. Alright, 1 minute until our new thing pops up. Then I gotta get it without dying. Let's evolve another weapon. How about it? That's gonna help if I need to run in any direction. Just follow an axe like that. Just follow behind it. Forever. Alright, 18 minutes. Where are you? You're way south. Alright. Last time I died trying to get there. But this time, I have a much better guy with laser beams coming out his ass. And I have a couple of revives with my tiramisu. So even if I die a little bit, it should be okay. How far? Jesus, we have a long way to go. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Gotta slow down. But if I slow down, I won't make it in time.
Baja Blast and Coke Zero are the only caffeine that doesn't give me the jitters.
Oh, I have so much caffeine on a normal day. It's not even like, it might be dangerous, the amount of caffeine that I have on a day. I start the morning with 20 ounces of coffee, and not just like regular coffee, like doubled up coffee, molten poison. Like, I put a bag and a half in the coffee maker at work, and then I have that. About 20, two big cups. So I'm thinking about 20 ounces. One cup, one 10-ounce cup, and another. And then at lunch, I usually have one of the big monsters. There we go. I didn't even kill all the things on the screen. Oh, jeez. I'm not gonna make it. I have 20 seconds left. Son of a bitch. I'm not gonna make it. It would be nice if that cross killed all the things. Wouldn't that be cool? Alright. How far? Good God, I'm not gonna make it.
Sag.
Reaper's about to get me too. Ah, shit. I hit the wrong button. If I could have hit continue, and maybe I would have made it, but it probably wouldn't. The Reaper was going to get me. Is there a specific place that it appears, and I could be closer to it, not quite so damn far away? I don't know. I'll have to try again. Not right now, though, because I am done for the night. Let's flip over here. Wednesdays are always kind of slow. I'm noticing that. Wednesday night streams are always kind of quiet. That's okay. I like it. It lets me talk to you, Popog, and you, Malcidian, if you're still here. I appreciate everybody who came in. Today is Wednesday. We had a good time. We felt the news. We did all the fun things. Talked to a new chatter today, so that was good too. If you're watching, if you're paying attention, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. Tossed some things in the chat. If you want to tell me what to talk about or what stories that you think are interesting, you can put them in the Discord.
Discord. https Discord GG Beignet Tritix 8. Good Wednesday stream. Join the Discord to send links and suggestions. https Discord GG Beignet Tritix 8. Except for your bad video gaming.
It's true, I'm always bad at video gaming.
YouTube. https www.youtubecom at waldospoliticalstream.
You can go there to watch all the YouTube videos that I make. I chop the streams up and then turn them into YouTube videos that sometimes people watch. You could be one of those people. That is it for me tonight. I will be back on Saturday morning with or without Thomas. I don't know. I think he said he's going to go on vacation, maybe, but I think that was in April. I don't remember. So I should be back normal time, 10 a.m. PST. West Coast is the best coast time zone. 10 a.m. on Saturday, and we will feel some more news. And if we fly through all the politics, we'll turn Canooch back on to play some video games. That is it for me. I appreciate everybody who's here. Have a good day. Good night.